Hi, it's Vered from The Good Life Redefined, and in a few days it's going to be Mother's Day. Now, my mother is old now and she's suffering from Alzheimer, so I thought I would write her a letter to the mother that I remember. So here is my letter to my mum who is suffering from Alzheimer. It is strange to search for memories of someone who is still alive, to grieve for someone who is not yet gone, but in so many ways you are gone. The mum I knew all my life is not there anymore. Your ability to light up a room when you enter, your constant demand of making things better, your addiction to having joy and laughter around you, your persistent search for perfection, irritating at times, but always the fire in my belly to become a better version of myself. And above all, your never-ending love and care, even if sometimes was suffocating, just like the sun that burns us when we're exposed to it for too long or too close to it. You, who always had some wise words to say, and sometimes not so wise. You who knew how to express herself like no one could, and who could always had to have the final word. Now you move in a different world, a world where things don't make sense, a world where words confuse you, where words escape you, and you can't get hold on them. A world that is shrinking each time I see you. Alzheimer has taken you from us, but it has also taken us from you. You seem unable to understand what we say, to take part and enjoy our company. It must be very lonely for you. You're still there, but not quite present. It upsets me that all I can remember is that we used to end up most of our conversations shouting at each other, and then the next morning hugging and apologizing for the words that were said out of heat of the moment, but really meant nothing. I can't think of a particular conversation we had when you were still you. My memories are more often a feeling, a sound, or a sensation, often brought on by our own resemblances. The way I raise my voice when I'm upset at my partner, the way I get up from the sofa, and mostly my laughter and facial expressions. I never realized how similar we are until I saw those same facial expressions and tone of voice with my own daughter and did not understand how she got them, only to realize she got them from me. I miss that when we come up to visit, you don't ask me as soon as I walk in the door, "How are you?" And instead of listening, you go on with your stories and updates about neighbors and people from your social circle, even though I barely know some of them. I miss your strong opinions on anything and everything, which almost always resulted in us having at least one argument every time I came home, as I hold equally strong opinions. These days, when we come up to visit, we are lucky if you look at us as we walk through the door or acknowledge us. I'm pretty sure you don't know who I am, despite us telling you numerous times. I catch you looking at me sometimes, and I can see the confusion in your eyes, like you're trying to place me, but you can't think where from. Even if I smile at you or speak to you, when I see you staring at me, you rarely respond, or at most just say yes, if you think you are being asked the question. Where has my mum gone, whose buttons I could push within minutes of coming home to either make her laugh out loud or shout at me if I said something she didn't like? As time passes, I keep seeing more and more how similar we are. The way I cook, always according to a recipe, even if I've done it for 1,000 times. how important it is for me that family members and friends will enjoy my meals, just as you were constantly trying new recipes to entertain your never-ending social friends and constant growing circle of friends. Food and meals were always important for you. Now, you're not very interested in eating at all, and you can't follow a simple recipe. As I watch my daughter grow up and take her place in the world, I think you must have done the same with me years ago. The love I feel for my daughter, you must have felt for me and my sisters. I want to know what I was like as a child, what it was like for you to be a mum. I want your advice and your interest, but it's not there. You can't remember, or perhaps you just can't tell me. You loved making things look good and making a room look fabulous. I never imagined you wouldn't be able to see me building my own home. I rang to tell you that we have planted new trees and started growing vegetables, just like you had when you were growing up. And you had nothing to say, no questions to ask. I keep telling you about our new home, desperately wanting your interest, but I know you're unable to play a part in my life anymore. It is so painful to think we have already had our last conversation. Whatever I wanted to say, to ask, it's too late. You're not coming back. Did I ever tell you how much I love you? Did I say thank you for being such a fantastic mum? I don't think I said it enough. Thank you, Mum, and sorry for not telling you sooner. So that was my letter to my mum. I encourage you to write a letter to your mum before it's too late. Write it, those things that are really important. Would love to hear in the comment box below, what things would you say to your mum? And until we meet again, live fully, stay awesome, from Vered in Tenerife.